Hello students, in this lecture we will learn that what is the concept of the philosophy of finite element analysis. Okay, so I will talk about the sole basic, the sole philosophy behind this finite element analysis, so that in case you are applying this finite element analysis method to solve the problems, then it becomes easy in case you have the concept in your mind. Okay, so directly coming to the topic, suppose that this is a cone. You can see this is the cone, this is the vertex of cone, this is the edge, the open end of cone, and this closed end is the vertex. And we are interested to find the volume formula of the cone. For that purpose I am writing the dimensions. Suppose the length of this cone or height is say L and radius is R. So what we see that this length will also be L, and this is y axis. The axis of this cone is coinciding with the y axis. This is y axis. So we can see that this is the radius of cone and this is the height. So this is making a right angle triangle. You can see this slant length and this height and this radius. So right angle triangle, and this will be the perpendicular of that right angle triangle. R and L will be the base. So perpendicular upon base is what? Tan theta. So tan theta equals to R by L. Now at a distance y, arbitrary distance y, I am taking a very thin disk whose thickness is dy. Dy tends to 0. Very thin disk. And the radius of that thin disk is say small r. So what will be this small r? You can see that this y and this slant portion of this cone and this small r is also making a right angle triangle whose theta is same as that of the theta of this, in case we are considering this right angle triangle, R, L and this slant length. So this will be what? If this is y, so this will be the base of this right angle triangle. So R will be what? Y tan theta. Y is base because R by y will also be tan theta, so y tan theta. Now what will be the volume of this very thin disk? We know this thing that disk is nothing, very short height cylinder, and cylinder's volume is pi square h, pi r square h. So over here the h is what? The height of this disk is dy, so pi r square dy. This is the volume of this very small elemental disk of this cone. So we know that r is equals to y tan theta, so in place of r I am writing y tan theta. Square is there. Now I can rearrange this, the right hand side can be rearranged. So pi tan square theta y square dy. But tan theta is what? R by L, capital R by capital, so I have written that over here. Now what happens that this cone can be considered of many infinite countless elemental disks, because dy tends to 0. So in case I am adding up the volume of all those elemental disks, I will get the entire volume of cone. So for that purpose what we do, we have to integrate both the sides. So applying integration concept, so integration, so v will be equals to how much? Constants will be out of the integration. So the integration will be of y square dy. And the limit will be from 0 to L. So L to 0, higher limit is L, lower limit is 0. So y square dy, so y square dy integration is what? Y cube by 3. So by applying the limit, it will be L cube by 3 minus 0, so it will become L cube by 3. Now this R square by L square, so L square, so cube will be cancelled, so it will only remain L. Ultimately the volume formula is 1 by 3 pi r square L. And sometimes the height of cone is written in as h, symbol is h, then 1 by 3 pi r square h. This is what the volume formula of this cone. So by this integration method we have found the volume of this cone. So what we are doing, we are taking infinite elemental parts of this cone and then adding up, integrating the volume of all those infinite elemental disks, and ultimately finding the volume of the cone. So this is called as exact analysis. This volume formula will give the exact volume of this cone in case you are putting the value of r and putting the value of h. So this integration method can also be called as infinite element analysis, because we are breaking this problem. If finding the volume is a problem, this problem is broken into infinite elements, and then ultimately we are solving by integration method. This is exact analysis. You will get exact answer without any error. Now suppose we have some arbitrary shape body. You can see this is arbitrary shape body which has circular open end, and we want to find out the volume of this shape, which does not follow any mathematical rule as like that of cone. Cone is following some rule. For example, r by L is tan theta, like this. Okay, so it has some mathematical relations with it. Over here it is arbitrary shape and we want to find out the volume. So integration method cannot be applied. One way to find the volume is that break this shape into number of finite discs of thickness say t. You can see I am showing one disc whose thickness is t. Okay, and by the help of vernier caliper or some instrument measure the diameter of the disc, average diameter we can take across approximate diameter. Okay, so the volume of any one disc will be pi r square t. T is the height, r is the average radius. Okay, by the help of measuring instrument we have found the approximate radius, so the volume of this disc will be pi r square t. So by adding up the volume of all the discs whose thickness is finite, okay, we will get the approximate volume. Reason being that if you take this disc, you can see bottom to top the radius is changing, the diameter is changing, so we are taking some approximate radius. So we will get in case we are adding up the volume of all those discs, for all the discs we are taking the approximate radius. Okay, so we will get approximate answer, however very much closer to correct volume of this shape. Okay, so this is called as finite element method. We are breaking the problem into finite number of parts and then solving it. So in case we want to increase the accuracy, because in this case we will not get the exact answer, we will get some errors. So in case we want to improve the accuracy of the solution, what we can do for this particular problem of finding the volume, increase the number of the elements. Okay, so you can see here the thickness of the disc has been reduced. In that case, if I am considering this disc, okay, so then bottom to top the change in diameter is not much. Okay, so in such case if we are finding the volume of all the disc and then adding up, the error will be lesser as compared to that of this disc. Okay, so this is what the concept of finite element method, and it is approximate analysis, also called as numerical method. Okay, so hope you would have understood that what is finite element analysis. So thank you.